What is up, guys? How y'all doing today? Welcome back to the channel for another episode of In the Kitchen with Retro. Got my baker's hat on today because we are baking an apple pie today, right from scratch. No frozen Marie Callender stuff. We're making it ourselves. Where did I get the recipe? I got it from this cool pie plate that I picked up from my local thrift shop. Okay, so it's like cool a pie plate with an apple pie recipe right on the plate. So no need to go to the internet, no need to write it down on a card, go to your recipe book, and it's bam, it's right there on the plate. So pretty cool, I thought. All right, so yeah, let's just give you a close-up of the recipe if you all would like that for yourself. This is obviously a retro recipe because that is an older pie plate. You know, I can just tell by the look of it. Although there is no year that I can see on it, but just looking at it, I'm guessing 80s probably. You know, mid to late 80s. That's just a guess. All right. So the recipe calls for 3 cups of diced apples. So I already got my apples diced up. Now I want them. It said diced. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna dice them. That sounds right. Because a lot of times, if you can see that, right? For me, a lot of apple pies, it's like it's got big chunks of apples, and it's just, I don't know. It's just sometimes they're still kind of crunchy, you know, because when they're big like that, they gotta cook longer. So the smaller pieces of apples you have, it's just going to cook easier, right? And more, I just think it's going to cook through more. The flavor's going to come out more, okay, on those apples. But I am going to put a little twist on this recipe, as I do sometimes. It says 3 cups of apples, okay, diced. I got about 2 cups there. All right, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to put me a little cup of applesauce in place of the 3rd cup, okay? So let's just get to it here. Now this is just a little applesauce cup I had here. It's pretty much plain, so if I had cinnamon, I'd prefer it to be cinnamon applesauce, because, you know, but hey, you do it, you go with what you got, right? Okay, so we got that. Now it says 2/3 a cup of sugar. 2/3. This is 1/3. Wow. So the apple pie does have a decent amount of sugar. I mean, that's close enough to 1/3. It don't have to. I think it's gonna be fine if it ain't, you know, exact or heaping. I'm gonna do each one that. So I'm gonna go a little less because that's still a lot of sugar. Okay. Okay, it says 1 tablespoon of flour. I'm gonna go a heaping tablespoon. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon or nutmeg. I'm going both. I mean, it's like, to me, 1/2 teaspoon doesn't sound like much. So I'm doing 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. There's the nutmeg. Now for the cinnamon. Good enough. Now, also calls for 2 tablespoons of whole milk and 2 tablespoons of butter, optional, but that's after we get this all mixed together. So it says mix apples, sugar, flour, and spice together until well blended. So let's just do that. Huh? This is my first time making apple pie. No kidding. You know, just like, I don't know, I guess years ago I just like, yeah, let's just go get it frozen, you know, and we'll just be good enough. But since I got a YouTube channel and I do, you know, food videos in the kitchen videos like this, it's like, yeah, this, you know, I think we ought to do this one day, right? So there, that looks pretty good, huh? And I'm using Fuji apples, okay, in case you was wondering. So there we go. We got it all mixed up. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty nice. All right. Now it says place mixture in unbaked crust, then add the milk on top of that. Then also like kind of put little dollops of butter spread out. Then cover it with the other crust. Bake in the oven 400 for 50 minutes. I got it set to 385, so I always kind of like to do less, you know, than what it calls for. Now, it don't say anything about greasing the pan, but I'm going to. I got some spray, just to be safe, you know. I don't want to, you know, want it to stick, you know, and all that. So this is a butter flavored spray, so that'll be nice. The crust I'm using today is Pillsbury, okay, Pillsbury pie crust. So it comes with two crusts in it, you know, for the top and the bottom. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Comes in a little, looks like a stick. Probably should have had these out maybe a little bit long, because it's still kind of, you know, pretty cold from the fridge. It hasn't been out very long, but you know, hopefully it'll be okay. Alright, now the mixture goes in. Let's give that a taste off the spoon. Mmm. Nice. That's really nice. That's like, yeah, that's like some serious apple pie taste. Yeah. Alrighty. Spread it out here. Yeah, I did peel the apples. There is a little bit of, you know, a little bit left skin there, but that's fine. Since I used the applesauce, I am just going to do only 1 tablespoon of milk. Because the applesauce is already adding some liquid there. Just going to take some butter like that, right, and just cut little pieces off. Just kind of place it throughout. You know, it's gonna butter gives things just a nice taste. You know, it just does. Real butter. I'll get the second crush here for the topping. You know, I might have could have used maybe some more apples there, but I got a little. Actually, I got a little piece. Maybe I'll toss it in there. All right, I had that little wedge, so I did dice it up. I'm just gonna, you know, it ain't much, but it's a little more. Okay, that'll be good enough. Alright, let's top it off here. Just gotta crimp the edges there, because that is going to, you know, puff up, so as it's baking, so. Okay. And yes, why not? Let's be a little fancy. We'll get a fork. Just for, you know, just for appearances there, you know. Just make a little impression on the edge of the crust. There we go, guys. Apple pie is ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to do 385 for 50 minutes. Alright, my timer just went off. There we go. Fresh baked apple pie out of the oven. So there we go. How's that look, huh? I think I can still hear it. Yep. I can still hear it bubbling inside. So yeah, of course, when you bake a pie like this, you know, you can't cut into it like right when you take it out of the oven. You gotta let it cool. So you probably remember from even watching cartoons. I think I was watching Yogi Bear, right? And he was, you know, he was always after some food, and but yeah, he was after they saw you know, they had an apple pie sitting, you know, the classic apple pie or some kind of pie sitting in the window, right, to try to help cool it off. So yeah, the apple pie was sitting in the window. Cooling off. So yeah, you gotta let them cool off. I would suggest probably a couple hours before you would cut into it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm probably it's gonna be longer than that because this is a late nighter for me. It is now 2:27 a.m. As of the filming of this video. So yeah, I make these videos at random times, right? So so yeah, by the time this would be cool, I'm gonna be in bed sleeping, you know. By the time this would be cool enough, because it's, you know, like I said, it's almost 2:30 a.m. So you're talking 4:30 a.m. Ready to cut into it and eat. So I don't anticipate being up that late, you know. So yeah, we'll maybe this will be breakfast, you know, when I get up. So that'll be nice, huh? So anyways, guys, we'll see you probably when I get up and cut into this pie. Okay, we're back. It's several hours later. I went to bed, you know, so I put that lid over it. So this is gonna be my breakfast. Breakfast at Champions, right? Let's cut into it. So there's the finished product. I'm gonna probably put it. I'm gonna put this in the microwave just for like 11 seconds, just to get a little bit of warming there. Alrighty, that may not make even much of a difference, but you know. Alright, let's taste it out and see how Retro did on Retro's apple pie. Crust looks nice and flaky though. Cheers. Heck yeah. That's some good apple pie, buddy. Just need some milk to go with it now. But yeah, let's go in for another. Just, you know, I'll put some effort into this. Let's really be sure about it. I dig how flaky that crust is. Turned out good, and I didn't put any butter on the top of the crust or nothing. Yeah, that's really good. Pie could use a little more apples. It is, you know, you can see that. Pie could use some, some more filling. So next time I would go ahead and use. Basically, what I put in there was about a apple and a half. So next time I would just go ahead and use all of it, two apples plus the applesauce cup. I think that would be pretty good. But it's still enjoyable, you know. That's the only thing. It could be just a little bit. I think if I did that, it'd be you know, 100% on point. This is still good though. It turned out good. I think that was a good call on the cinnamon and nutmeg. Okay, because on the recipe on the plate, it just said like one or the other, half a teaspoon of cinnamon or nutmeg. I was like, no, we're doing both. Half a teaspoon of both. And I'm glad I did, because it's got a really good taste. I'd really recommend it. And yes, he's pointing to his hands because crack, boom, I knocked out a homie. Retro's apple pie. Nothing more American than apple pie, they would say, right? So leave me your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever made your own apple pie? This was my first time, so it's like, so yeah, my first time was doing it with you guys, right? So that's pretty cool. But I think that's going to do it for the video. I'm going to enjoy this piece of apple pie and yeah, enjoy the fruits of my labors, right? And that's how I'm starting my day. But yeah, leave me your thoughts. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But that's going to do it for the video. Thanks once again for tuning in, right? If you have any ideas, if there's any dishes or things, or dishes or desserts or just any kind of food item that you would like me to attempt to make or try, maybe something that you like, you know, put in the comments below or email me about it, and maybe I'll do a video on it someday. Okay. But anyways, that's going to do it for the video. But if this is your first time to the channel, chat, subscribe, then the bell, ding ding, so you're notified when I upload new videos. So until next time, guys, keep it retro, and come Lord Jesus. I think Jesus would like that apple pie too.